welcome, you guys. Welcome to Let's Chat About It. Thank you guys for tuning in. Right now, we're facing a massive winter storm that's sweeping all across the country. Y'all know what that means for co-workers, right? Do you know what that means for healthcare workers? Well, it means chaos, travel bans, mandatory overtime, the safety of the patient, the mental health is heavy. But today, guys, we're looking into the headline with Uncle Brotha52 to
What's going?
look at the storm and see how it is unpacking the healthcare, the landscape, and then we're going to come on back. We're going to come on back and
Yes,
have an honest conversation about burnout
yes.
because you cannot care for others when you're frozen solid yourself. Welcome, Uncle Brother. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. How you doing? How you doing?
All
Nurse
right, all
Angelique? That's
right.
good. That's
Let's
good.
dive into this weather. It's just going crazy out here.
Listen. The weatherman said our weatherman told us that this is the worst he ever seen this in 30
Mhm.
years. He
Wow.
said that I remember back in 2005 we had a real bad ice storm. He said it's three times that.
What?
That's what he said. He said
Oh my goodness.
He said that look for the devastation part because of the wind is going to start getting up blowing from 35 to 45 miles per hour. And you know what wind does. It
Oh
freezes.
yes. Oh
Oh yeah.
yes. You know I'm familiar with that hurricane. That
Yeah.
hurricane wind.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's gonna freeze solid. And he said the roads are gonna be undrivable. They
Oh
already got
wow.
the our governor already have the National Guard on standby. I already got the utility people on standby. All of them. I seen a picture of them on the news. They got miles and miles of them, miles and miles and miles. I knew it was a 5 mile line, you know,
Oh wow.
of utility workers, and they are starting from the north of us and gonna come down.
So y'all,
So
so the area that you in is
yeah.
gonna be hit pretty bad, huh?
Yes. Yes, the area that I'm in, I'm at the foothills of the mountains. I can see the mountains on certain roads I travel on here. I can see the
Right?
mountains. I can see the mountains far off. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yes.
which is about what 20 miles away. About 20, 30 miles away, you know.
Oh wow.
So it's gonna be treacherous.
Hmm.
I've got everything that I know to get done.
Right.
My cousin my cousin that passed last year, his wife, she came today because
Hmm.
she don't have the adequate heat in her house
Right.
like she should, and so she's gonna be staying with us
Right.
and everything, and so she's in the other room, just trying to help people out, Angela. Cause this is what
Correct.
it's going this is what it's gonna take,
Yes.
and
Yes.
so I advise anybody that who's in the path of this storm to brace yourself. Make sure you have enough batteries. Make sure your phone is charged. If you got a generator, make sure that you got your generator intact, running.
Hmm.
If the power ever go out,
Hmm.
get your generator on. Make sure you have adequate heat. A lot of people have like the little butane tanks, the little
Right.
the little space heaters inside the house and everything and all that.
Hmm.
They use that natural gas and stuff.
Hmm.
Be careful with that because it can cause fire if you don't watch it correctly. And so you
Right.
don't want to get burned out of your home in the middle of an ice storm.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
and so this is the worst that they ever seen. So I advise anybody check on your grandmas, check on your uncles, check
Hmm.
on your aunts, check on
Yes.
single parents with kids, male
Hmm.
or female, check on them, see what they need. You,
Right.
you and if you have family that don't have adequate heat, you
Hmm.
know, and you got adequate heat, and if
Mm-hmm.
you have enough room, if you have enough room, just have a heart and let them stay with you until the storm passes. But not only,
Yeah.
Angeline, it's gonna be cold all next week. So this stuff is gonna be on us. It's gonna stick with
Wow.
us. And so we got another bad storm, a big one, another big one. They don't understand. They are puzzled. They say we have another bad winter storm right after this one. It's gonna hit
Oh
next weekend.
man.
So,
Oh wow. Oh
so
wow.
you
Let me
know,
ask you something. Have you ever been in a bad winter storm like this, or is this your first
when they
winter storm that you have
I
went through?
we I have been in some winter storms before. The
Okay.
worst that I've seen was back in 2015. is
Okay.
when is when the highways were locked down. Nobody could
Hmm.
go nowhere. From the tip of South Carolina all the way to the coast. It was just ice and
Oh
snow and
wow.
sleet and freezing rain. But they said this right here, they said that this right here is gonna be a doozy. It's going we already at warning stage already. We was at a watch. Now we at a
Right.
warning stage. We at a
Oh
warning
wow.
stage now
Wow.
because the path of it, is treacherous, and it's in all that Arctic air above us.
Hmm.
It's gonna be feeding in all that Arctic air, feeding in. Then you got on the coast, the Atlantic Ocean, gonna be bringing in that warm air, and so that warm and that cold, and it's gonna bring disruption. And that's the
Yeah.
longest storm. That's the longest storm. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I had a dream, and people say you sure do dream a lot. Yeah, I do. I had a dream a long time ago that I was looking at the weather, and there was a beast of a snowstorm stretched from really half of the bottom of the United States, just going across. And I said, I have never seen a storm that big, and that was a long time ago when I had that
Oh
dream.
wow. And then
You
it
know,
came to tuition.
I tell you,
Yeah.
it's it's like I was looking at it on news, and I showed the radar, and
Hmm.
it got the pink, it got the blue, and it got the red. That's all it was
Right.
across from where like New Mexico
Hmm.
all the way to all the way to east parts of Florida. I know all of Georgia, all of South Carolina, all of North Carolina, all of Virginia, all of Tennessee, all of Kentucky, all of Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas. Yeah,
Oh wow. Oh
yeah.
wow. For the ones that's in the chat, please hit that like button. And for the ones that this is their first time kind of going through this type of storm,
Yes.
could you kind of give them some information on how to prepare for it or what they need to get, because a lot of people, this is their first time going through something like this,
Especially
and
in the South. In the South,
they
yeah.
don't yeah, and they don't really know how to prepare or what they need to get ahead of time. Could you kind of touch on that? What kind of stuff do you run out and get to be prepared as
Well,
much as you can for the storm?
I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm not being smart. You should have been
Mhm,
prepared Tuesday.
mhm.
That's when everybody started, because people didn't take it serious because of the episode we had last weekend.
Right,
We didn't get
right.
it. But now we gonna get this. And it's coming quick, fast, and in a hurry. And it's a longevity storm. It's
Mhm.
not a it's not a a hit and then go on. It's gonna
Right.
linger. It's gonna linger. And they hoping what's going on. And they hoping that it don't do a whiplash, because if it do a whiplash, that means that it's gonna double back and bring snow, you know.
Right,
And
right.
so we already is going to freezing, because I could tell outside whenever I was coming out of, because where I was closer to the mountains. Where I
Mhm.
was tonight, I was a lot closer to the mountains and
Right.
everything. And so it's colder. It just, you could just see it. You could just feel it in the air, like it's coming, because the wind was kind of getting up some a little bit
Mhm.
and everything. And so I tell anybody, You should have been prepared. But just in case, if you don't, you better, I advise anybody right now, if you're gonna get gas, you better get it now. Take somebody with you, even though it's nighttime. Take somebody with you, you
Mhm.
know, and go get some gas. And if you got a generator, you know, get you at least a 10 gallon jug, two 10 gallon jugs, and just fill them up. Because we don't know how long that the power is going to be. I'm hoping,
Right.
Angeline, I'm hoping that it don't affect the power.
Mhm.
Because I don't want to be out in no cold trying to start no generator, checking for no gas and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be cold. And
Mhm.
so, but the only thing that I can tell you, make sure you have enough batteries uh for your for your uh for your flashlights, for your
Mhm.
lights in the house, for your little lights and stuff. Make sure
Mhm.
that you have make sure your phones are charged up. Make sure they're charged up. If you got a generator, make sure that you get that generator in place. In
Mhm.
place. Don't hook it up yet, but I already have things set up that it won't take you long whenever the power go out, it won't take you long to hook everything up and shut
Right.
and shut the inside stuff off inside the house within the circuit
Mhm.
box in the house and everything and just start up, because the kind of generator we have, it just it can do our heating unit, but it have to be only just the heating unit, you
Right.
know. But for right now, we
Mhm.
don't need it because we got gas in the den part, and so that'll keep us warm for the time being. But I'm hoping that they already get this all in place. But make sure that you have enough food. Make sure that you have a propane tank. Make sure that you got a grill, some type of grill.
Mhm.
If you don't got a grill, make one. Make one
Yeah.
so you can, if the power go out, have sandwiches in place. Uh, get you a big cooler, because it's gonna be cold outside. If the power go out and you don't have a generator, you know, you can get that big cooler and store your food and just set it outside, and just
Mhm.
put like a big old brick on it, so no animal won't be scavenging and try to find something to eat and turn around and go in it, and just keep it close to the house, somewhere on the porch, somewhere outside, because it's going to be cold. But I advise that you really everybody should have been prepared because this was told to us last week. So
Okay.
so if I hate it if you're not homeless people,
Mhm.
please find shelter,
Yes.
find a warming station. They got them open. Get help today. Don't wait till tomorrow.
Mhm.
Don't wait till tomorrow. Get help now. Get help now. Get your gas now. If you're gonna go to the grocery store, go now. Go now. Don't
Yeah.
wait till tomorrow because everybody gonna be doing what you're doing, trying to find gas and trying to find some food. So
Right.
that's
Right.
all. That's all I can say, Angeline.
Yeah. Well, I have never been in a snowstorm, been living in the South, so that's not one of our natural disaster
No, no,
snowstorm. But
no.
we have I have been through several hurricanes. And I'm just gonna iterate what we do to get prepared for the hurricane, and you can let me know, is this similar what you would do in getting ready for the snowstorm?
Hmm.
Usually what we'll do, we'll try to get stuff that is non-perishable as far
Hmm.
as our food, stuff that
Hmm.
doesn't necessarily have to be in the fridge because usually our power usually go off.
Hmm.
So we get stuff that don't have to be refrigerated.
Hmm.
The second thing we do is try to get our water supply
Water, yeah, water supply.
good. We'll go to the store and get some
Yeah,
water, and we sometime, well, most all the time, ain't gonna not gonna even say sometime, we will fill up every empty thing we can find in our
yeah,
house, and
yeah,
that including the bathtub. We'll fill that
yeah,
bathtub up with
yeah,
water. Anything accessible, we'll fill it up with water.
yeah,
And the second thing we'll do, we will get a grill, like you said. We will get a grill. We'll buy some charcoal, lighter fluid, whatever we need, we feel like to be able to start that grill. Because
Hmm.
if you got an electric stove or anything, that's subject you're not going to be able to use it.
No,
So
no.
yeah, so we'll get that. We'll fill up our car, like you said. We will get the gas, fill that up, get any medication and anything that need to be
Medication.
filled. Make sure
Yes,
everything you got all that on hand because
yes.
to be honest, we had one particular hurricane and we was out of power for a whole month. A
Wow.
whole yes, a whole month. We was out of power and everything. And that particular hurricane was years ago, and it was called Hurricane Frederick.
Yeah, I remember that hurricane. Yeah,
I think that was the worst one that I ever,
yeah,
experienced.
yeah.
So one thing I noticed that we do not have to worry about in a hurricane that you guys will have to worry about in a snowstorm, and that's keeping warm. We
Yes.
And I want to know, what do you do to keep warm when you don't have gas heating and your electric is off? How do you manage to keep yourself warm in
Easy.
that situation?
Hoping, I hope that you got a kerosene heater, and I hope that you got a butane. A butane heater is just like it's a small little a propane tank that you can hook up to a heater. Then it lights up. It heats up. It heats up and everything. You need one of those. But as far
When you say, excuse me, but when you say hook up to a heater, I'm confused.
what? No, no, no. What I'm saying. A kerosene heater. You know what a kerosene heater is, right?
That's like some that have oil in it, right?
It's 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 a flow model. It's a flow model heater, and
But
they
let me
have
ask you
kerosene.
something. But is that something that's already installed in your house?
No, you got to
Oh,
buy
so
that at
you can
Lowe's.
actually buy it. You can
You got
actually,
to buy that low. But see, but not everybody have the money. See, not everybody have the finances because see, those are the ones that's gonna. Those are the ones that's
yeah.
gonna suffer.
That's the one. Those are the ones that I'm concerned about. The
Yeah,
ones that don't have a kerosene heater.
yeah.
They have a gas. They have their central air heater. The electricity
Hell,
is gone out. They don't have a fireplace. I'm just wondering how these people would
well,
keep warm.
I think that I know you can't put much confidence in our government, but but I think that they said that if you cannot afford something like that, that they will shelter you uh in a
Okay.
hotel somewhere,
Okay.
in a
Okay.
hotel.
Okay.
And
Okay.
but also, we got a price gouging law here. You know, hotels, gas stations, restaurant, they
Mhm.
cannot be overcharging people. It's against the law.
Mhm.
So you could get them in trouble doing that because see,
Right.
it's sad. It's sad on how people, when disaster come, people want to jack the prices up because they know, ooh, I can make this money and everything and all that.
Yeah,
That's
because they
wrong.
know people is in a kind of a desperate
A
situation.
desperate move. You trying to
Right.
break their pockets. They trying to have
Right.
someone to lay their head and everything. And
Right.
so if our government get involved, which I know we cannot depend, but you know, the only thing that I can say is that maybe your insurance or FEMA, FEMA ain't worth nothing either. 'Cause FEMA showed us.
So
FEMA showed us.
pretty much if you're in that situation, you kind of have to kind of go to seek out a shelter of some
Yeah,
sort,
yeah, yeah.
or get you plenty blankets and quilt and layer your clothes and ride
But
it out.
yeah, but I'm being honest with you. You cannot sleep in a you when a house get cold without no heat, it gets cold. It get colder in the house than it does outside.
Yeah, but the
And
thing about that is that's a decision that they have to make before the storm come. They can't
Yeah.
wait till the storm come and then decide, hey, we got to go to a
Angeline,
shelter. They got to know, hey, we don't have any heat source,
Angeline,
any
some people
heat
do.
source.
Some,
So
some
we're
people
going to
do,
have to
Angeline.
go on and make plans and get to a shelter before things get bad.
Angeline, some people do. Some people won't. They'll wait to the last minute. They want to call on the rescue people. If they come and get you, if they 20, 30 miles away, and they and they and the roads are frozen, it's gonna take them 3 to 4 hours to get to you.
A lot of them don't come. They won't come.
And some of them tell you we can't get
Yeah,
there.
they don't come. They won't come, you know?
So so I don't know, Angeline. I'm hoping, I just feel like it might be some deaths involved, That's
Mhm.
why that's why,
I
that
pray and hope not. I pray
I
and
hope
hope not.
I hope and pray, hope not, but you know, people, if you it's just like I asked my neighbor up here. I asked them, I said, do y'all got adequate heat? Oh yeah, man, we trying to get ready. We got enough food. I said, no. I said, I didn't say food. I said, I know
Mhm.
that's important too, but I said adequate heat.
Right.
Oh man, I guess we do. I said, all right. I said, okay. I said, okay.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
young. I said, okay. I said, now the power go out, and you ain't. And I just said to myself when I walked off.
Right.
I said, the power go out, and you ain't got no heat. I said, you gonna be in trouble.
Yes. Yes. My son live in Atlanta, and
They gonna get it.
they're also getting the storm too. He worked for Delta.
Yeah,
And what Delta is doing, they are actually putting them in a hotel this weekend.
I like that. I like that. I like
They
that.
putting them up in a hotel so they can get back and forth to work. So they won't have to travel all the way home. So I thought that's a good thing.
It's gonna be frozen. I mean, the airport's gonna be closed too
Yeah,
because
yeah,
can't no plane land on no ice.
yeah. That's the way I feel.
Yeah. So
But
really, they might not call them into work if it get
yeah,
too bad because what
right.
can they do? What can they do?
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
can't. Ain't nobody gonna be flying. Airports and
Mm-mm.
everything gonna be locked down.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
plane.
because yeah, if that runway is slippy and full of ice, yeah, the airplane is not gonna be able to take off. But they
Yeah,
did provide them
that's good
Friday
though.
tonight,
That's
Friday,
good.
Saturday, and Sunday.
That's good.
They provided them a hotels to you know, to
See,
accommodate them.
one thing about it, Angeline, I wish, that we had in our neighborhood, and I'm gonna see about us. I'm gonna see about that happen for us. You know, we need a big generator because some of the rich homes, the rich neighborhoods, some of them have a great big old generator that's about 20 foot long and about 10 foot high. And then whenever the power goes out, the generator kick in, and all those houses will have power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And I wouldn't mind they start doing us like that because it'd be a whole lot easy for people.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of them waiting on a power company, and everything and all that. But I thought about it. They're gonna say, well, it's a lot of money. The people gonna have to pay more and everything and all that because the gas and all this right here and all that. And plus, you know what neighborhood I live in. I live in a mixed neighborhood. I live in a mixed neighborhood, but you know what neighborhood I live in. You know where they ain't gonna, do all that because
Hmm.
ain't nobody in this neighborhood making because it's a lot of retirees. It's a lot of fixed income
Hmm.
people in our neighborhood. I live in a nice neighborhood though, but
Hmm.
it's just a lot of fixed income people, a lot of people on disability and everything. All the older ones have died out, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
A
and
lot
and
of time, those type of equipment and stuff uh go to those neighborhood who got the fees. You know how you have
yeah,
and
yeah,
then that helps pay.
that homeowners associate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
got you.
and that pay for little little stuff like that.
Yeah,
They have a monthly or yearly, however they pay it,
yeah,
fee.
yeah,
So a lot of time that be the reason that they can get that little extra stuff too, because they use that money to do things like that,
yeah,
extra stuff like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So guys, I want to thank Uncle Brother for excuse me, my throat be getting dry, y'all. My throat be getting dry. But I want to thank you for that update on that weather. It been sweeping all across the country. That been the topic this week, the winter storm. And I thank God, you guys, that I'm not getting it. We're not getting it down here. I'm in the deep south and we're good down here right now. Today it hit 69. It was beautiful. They saying next week we are gonna drop down to the 30s. I'm assuming that's the storm or whatever you talking about, the second sweep, but we're still
It's
good
coming.
on
It's coming in through y'all next week on up to us.
yeah. So we're still good as far as the snow and all of that. We just may get a little freeze and that's it. So I thank God that we don't have to endure that massive winter storm that y'all going to go through.
Yeah.
But I love to see it snow, but this is a little beyond that, you know? Yes, I
Mhm.
see it. Yeah, this is a little beyond that. And I want to also iterate on the weather as far as y'all know I'm a nursing assistant and
Yeah.
I have to uh kind of let y'all see how a simple storm affect the healthcare industry. And I'm speaking about a nursing assistant because I am a nursing assistant. So, but this do not goes it can go for any healthcare worker, to be honest. But I'm mainly saying nursing assistant, but it can go for a nurse, well, I'm not gonna say practitioner or doctor, because doing stuff like this, the doctor cancel everything. He's not gonna be there. Okay, he gonna cancel everything. The only time he would show up, it gotta be an emergency. So, but it goes, what I'm saying goes along for a nurse also. Winter storm, any kind of natural disaster, put a hardship on a CNA.
Yes.
So while y'all worried about the snowfall, how many inches the snow is, the road is freezing over, you know what we thinking about?
How I'm
We
gonna get
got
to
to
work?
deal, we got to deal with them dangerous roads. We got to deal with that overtime. We got to deal with the patient safety because when we do go to work, guess what? It's not a full staff. It's not going to be a full staff there. So you're going to be working a little harder. Okay. And on top of that, once you get there, you cannot go home. You're stuck. They
Yes.
tell you to pack whatever you need for X amount of days because you may be sitting there just that long.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a very hardship, you guys. I tell you, I used to regret those disasters, those hurricanes, because I knew what it meant for me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got kids or anything, guess what? They don't care. You got to figure that out for your kids. You got to figure that out. What you gonna do with your kids? Okay. It is so stressful during these times.
Mm.
You got to figure out where your kids gonna go. And if you don't have family members, or don't have a lot of people don't have support where they can just drop off their kids.
Mm-mm.
And then who want to babysit during this time? Who? Who? So you kind of build up a little resentment too. Because guess what? While you at work, You seeing the higher up getting their purse, getting their wallets, getting their jackets, and they say, "Hey, I'm finna go before the snow get worse, before the weather get worse. I'm finna go home." But you stuck there. You stuck there caring for somebody grandmama, somebody's sister, somebody brother, somebody daddy, somebody family member, while yours is at home fending for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It is so stressful. Y'all just don't know what a nursing assistant go through.
I can
We
only
go through,
imagine.
yes, we go through a whole lot. And you would think you would have good accommodation. First of all, some may clear out a patient room where you can go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Some put pallets on the floor in the break room
Mm-hmm.
so you can go to sleep. You're not getting any sleep. First of all, you in this environment, you're not getting any sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And the money the overtime, yes, you get paid overtime, time and a half. But when
Mm-hmm.
you're off duty, when you're off, a lot of facilities don't pay you when you're off. I had a facility, they did actually pay us. They paid us like $2 an hour when our shift was over.
Yeah, $2 more
So
an hour. Mm-hmm.
two, one, two. So when our shift was
Wow.
over, even though we couldn't go home, we go down to a floor or somewhere where they had us, and then that's when the $2 start. And then when your shift start again, then you get your regular salary, or if it's overtime, you get the time and a half. So it's no incentive. It's no incentive. So guys, I just want y'all to know that it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. We don't worry about how many, the road freezing, how many inches of snow. We're thinking about bigger things that we got to do.
Yeah.
And don't think you're going to leave. Do not think you're going to leave, because then they threaten you with abandonment. And when you get that label, it's like you abandon the patient.
Yeah.
You cannot abandon a patient. If nobody there to take care, you cannot abandon the patient. So then your criteria is in jeopardy. And not only that, your job is on the line. I have
Mm-hmm.
worked everywhere I have worked. They said if you leave or you don't come back, you're fired. You're fired. So you're working understaffed, you're exhausted because you sleeping in a place that unfamiliar.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not comfortable. So you're not sleeping, and you're doing long hours because it's short staff.
Mm-hmm.
You can do 18 hours. And the sad part is you got to stay there. If the other workers are stuck because of the road, they can't come to work. So what that
Mm-hmm.
means, you got to stay there as long as it takes. You got to sit right there.
Mm.
You guys, I wrote down some questions that I would love for y'all to answer. Let me see right here. I would love for y'all to answer. You can just put it down in the chat. You can put it down on the replay if you don't do it now, because these some questions that you may have to think about before you put an answer. I just
Mm-hmm.
want to know y'all opinion. And Uncle Brother, if you want to chime in on one of these questions, hey, go right
I do.
in.
I
But I
do.
would love to hear some opinions on these questions. It's only 4 questions that I wrote down. In your experience, does the facility actually provide for the staff that they mandate? Do they provide food, a clean place to sleep, and hygiene product? Now, I'm going to answer that. Where I was, they told us to bring everything we need. We had to bring all our hygiene stuff, our snacks, any kind of snacks or whatever we wanted. We had to bring that. They did provide us a place, a clean place to lay our head, whether it was in the break room on a paddock or they cleared out a patient room. It was clean. But as far as hygiene, soap, no, they did not provide any of that. And they
Mhm.
did not provide snacks.
Mhm.
So they did give us, like, if we had to stay over, they did provide us breakfast,
Mhm.
lunch, and dinner. Yeah, so that they did. The second question is, how do you handle the mom guilt or family guilt when the storm is rolling and you're trapped at the bedside instead of at home? How do you feel about that? I think I touched on that when you're at the facility taking care of somebody else and your kids is at home. You had to leave them by themselves and you hearing the torment of the storm. How do you manage that guilt of not being there with your family or with your kids? Number 3, what should a CNA do if they feel they are too exhausted to safely care for a patient during the 24-hour mandate? What should you do? You're exhausted. You're not sleeping. You're working 18 hours, and then you're getting up, doing it again. You fatigue, you tired, you're not thinking right. What should you do in that situation? Number 4, do you think mandatory overtime during a storm is a failure of the facility, or is it just an unavoidable part of the job? What do y'all think? I think, me personally, I think it's a failure. I
Mhm.
know there are 6 people there, and I know they got to be taken care of. I know
Mhm.
somebody has to be there.
Mhm.
But I must say, I did work at one facility that got it right. They got it right. When I was hired, right then and there, I had to pick team. Did I want to be on team A or team B?
Mhm.
Team A was the people that had to come in during the storm.
Mhm.
Team B was the people that had to come in right after the road was clear and was able to get there.
Mhm.
That way, you know exactly what you got to do. You
Mhm.
can plan better for that. We had a
Mhm.
team A and a team B, and people picked. Most of the people that had kids picked team B.
Mhm.
Come after the storm. I stay after the storm.
Mhm.
And the people that were single, didn't have small kids, they picked team A.
Mhm.
So it worked out better like that. So I think if more companies would kind of look into it and try to find out what, exactly what will work for that situation, because I know somebody has to be there. They can't be there by themselves. I understand that perfectly. But you guys, if y'all just answer those questions, I would love to hear y'all comment. Y'all can answer that on replay.
Mhm.
So, Uncle Brother, if that's it for tonight, do you have anything else to say or
Well, actually,
comment?
The only thing that I want to say is everybody be careful, be mindful, be
Mhm,
proactive, pay attention to the weather, listen.
mhm.
Uh, some people have trees around the house. Ooh. Uh, have your ears open.
Yeah.
Always go outside and just look, you know, because you never know.
Right.
And and also stay home. Don't be out joyriding.
Mhm.
Not unless if you are a healthcare worker, but have some sense. Don't drive in this kind of stuff. Because trust me, you're gonna get stranded.
Yes.
And when you get stranded, it's gonna be hard to find some help
Mhm.
because they liable to tell you, you know, we'll get there when we can. And when they say
Right.
that they get there when they can, it could be the
That's
next day.
that's exactly what they mean because they're not gonna put themselves in harm help.
Yeah. And so be mindful. Check on your loved ones. There's a lot of older people out here that stand
Mhm.
alone. And that's sad. Some of
Yes.
them got kids and some of them don't have kids. See after your
Mhm.
parents,
Mhm.
you know. But there are some parents, older parents. I mean, there are some older people who don't have children.
Right.
So the only thing I can say is God bless you. Find
Mhm.
somewhere, find somewhere that you can get adequate food and adequate heat.
Mhm.
You
Yes.
know, there's a lot of people
Mhm.
who can't get around much but still live alone. And
Right.
that's rough.
Mhm.
What's going on, Shakush? What's going on, man? Thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the only thing that I can take you. Like, share, and
Okay.
subscribe, Shakush.
Okay.
But
Um,
yeah. But
all
stay
right.
safe out there. Stay safe. Stay
Mhm.
proactive. Listen. Pay
Mhm.
attention what's going on. Watch the
Mhm.
weather to see what is what. Be proactive.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, guys. I got a closing uh uh statement, something that I wrote that I want to read at the closing, and it's pretty it- it's pretty lengthy. Anyway,
That's fine.
as we close today's episode, I want to leave you with
Hmm.
this. We talked about winter storm, the news focus, and the inches of snow or the ice on the road. But for the CNA inside the facility, the real storm is the pressure of being mandated to stay when your heart is at home. Burnout doesn't just happen because the work is hard. It happened because the system asks us to sacrifice our humanity for our badge.
Mm-hmm.
When you are focused to work, if when you are forced to work a double shift while worrying if your own children are safe or if your pipes are freezing,
Mm-hmm.
that isn't just overtime, it's an emotional tax that eventually empty your tank.
Mm-hmm.
Every time a CNA is mandated to choose their patient over their family, a little piece of passion for this career fades away.
Mm-hmm.
That is how burnout starts.
Mm-hmm.
It's the growing weight of being the backbone of the healthcare until the backbone finally breaks.
Mm-hmm.
If you're stuck at a facility right now, or if you're heading into a storm shift, we see you, we hear you, and we know exactly what you're sacrificing. Stay safe, protect your peace when you can, and remember, you can't pour from an empty cup, especially when that empty cup is frozen over.
Mm.
Thank you guys for listening.
Thank
Thank
y'all.
you for being here on
That-
Let's Chat About It.
That's good, Angeline. That's good. I like that.
And we'll see y'all next week, next Friday on Let's Chat About It.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
y'all subscribe to Angeline and subscribe to me, and I will keep y'all on an update visually about the storm and what's outside. So y'all gonna see ice. So it's
Yes.
coming. And so I'm gonna try to do a vlog from day to day on where we at. So peace, Angeline. You have a good night, sweetie.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.